here, and here. Right, and in between, you put ovals for the eyes. Right, then you make ovals that are stuck to the top, like that. One more, and then that little light spot. Same thing I'm going to do on the other side. 1, 2, 3. And then whenever you're shading anything, right? Everyone just remember this. Whenever you're shading anything, always shade in the same angle, okay? Never change the angle in which that you're shading. You see, all the lines I'm doing are all in the same angle.
Sir,
And
these
then, like
eyes
I
are
said, you
really
just make.
cute.
Thank you. Yes, yes. After this, we're going to do another set, which we're also going to color up. So that one's going to be much better than this one. Okay. Finally, if you want to put some finishing touches or something, you can just do like a little tear streaming down like that. And don't draw the end of the tear. Don't do that little tear drop part. Just let it go, because sometimes tears just dissipate as they come down, right? So like that. Okay, let's move on to another one. So now we're going to do angry eyes. Okay, angry eyes. So now for this, what we need here is, I'm going to switch to my pen now. Okay, you all can stay on pencil, or if you want to do it with a pen, you can do it with a pen also. It's your choice. But like I said, if you're doing with pen, then use a black pen if you don't have the technical pen. So here what we'll do is we'll make.
Sir, if we have the technical pen, which size should we use, sir?
You can use either 01 or 02. Or if you have 05 also, that's fine. You can use those also.
Okay, sir.
So this is the top part, okay? Then the lower part, I'll just do a kind of curve like this. And in the middle, I'll just make one line like that. Then we can start making the eye itself, which comes down like this, one there, and one here. Then the ovals for the iris, and then the pupil, right? One there. That's the iris. Then the pupil, and that little spot of light over there. Same thing on the other side. Iris, pupil, and that. Okay. So now we have the shape. Oh, also I'll just do a little line like this and like this. So now we have this all set, right? Now let's start coloring it a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to take out my brush pens. Okay, but if you all want to stick to color pencils, or if you want to use sketch pens, that's also fine. So the first thing I'll do is I'll just color up the pupil. Okay. First in black. Now, one thing about brush pens is that you need to be a little bit fast with the lines because it makes the paper quite damp quite fast. Okay, that's one. And the other one, right? You know, the reason why I'm starting off with these expressions and emotions and stuff, right, is because I truly believe the best cartoons in the world, right? Name it, whatever your favorite cartoons were, they were all fantastic at showing you the right emotion every single time, right? Whether it was Dexter's Lab or Powerpuff Girls or Looney Tunes or Tom and Jerry, all of these, right? They were all fantastic at just immediately telling you how they felt. That's why in cartooning, expressions are a big deal. It doesn't matter how well you can draw, it's about how well you can convey the feeling. Okay, so now that that's done, let's now make the eyes look even more intense. Okay, there are a couple of really fun ways we can do that. One is the first of all, the eyes are now. I want to make the iris also nice and colorful, but I want to wait a little bit until this dries. Okay, so in that time, I'm going to take my black color pencil. Okay, my black color pencil and my red color pencil. These two. First, take out the black, and we'll just make a slight shade on the side of this oval just to give it a little more of a kind of rounded off look. I wouldn't say 3D, it's not a 3D look, but it's just a rounded off kind of look, you know, kind of like this. Yeah, looks better. Then I'll even shade this top part off like this. Same thing this side. Just at the corners, just slightly. You know, just because it's a cartoon doesn't mean it shouldn't have some level of detail, right? Even if it's a 2D drawing, why shouldn't it have? So now that those few places are a little better shaded, now I'll just do a little bit off the top over here. Tiny bit. There. And here.
Done, sir.
Good, good. Now that's done, take out pink color, okay? Hot pink like this, either in color pencil or brush pen or sketch pen, whatever it is that you want to use. And let's just color the eyes up. Okay, that's one eye. The other eye. Okay, and final little finishing touch. Okay, this is just, you know, to be a little creative about it. After all, this is an angry eyes, right? Look. So let's put some veins popping in the eyes. So remember, I told you to take out your red color pencil, right? there. Just make just a few wiry type of uh, veins just kind of popping out like that. Don't do too many, just one or two on each eye, two maximum. Right? And there you have a really nice
So this
looking.
looks like real angry eyes.
Yeah. So now that we're nice and warmed up, okay, we've done a good amount of warm up drawing. Let's get into something a little more exciting. Okay, let's use a technique that I like to use a lot to be able to draw professionally, but also really fast. Okay, it really helps in drawing fast, and that is to use shapes to help your artwork. Okay, so what we'll do is we will draw a dinosaur. We'll draw a dinosaur, and those of you who like dinosaurs or who have drawn a dinosaur before, please give me a heart emoji in the chat, because we're going to make a really cool looking dinosaur. Okay, we're back to plain sketching now, because this is mainly about the style of the technique of drawing. So here we're going to use one very simple shape, an oval, something we've been drawing all throughout this workshop so far. We've been doing tons of ovals, right? We'll stick to an oval, and let's create a dinosaur using just two ovals, one big one small one. So I hope you all have taken a fresh sheet, because I want everyone to draw nice and big drawings, okay? So fresh sheet like this, and this is what I'm going to do. One oval over here, small one. This is for the head, kind of like a egg-shaped oval, like that. Now it does not need to be perfect, okay? It doesn't need to be neat or perfect or anything. This is just a rough layer. Drawings come in layers, especially cartooning, okay? You have to do it in layers, so any oval will be totally fine. So that's one small oval, and then one bigger oval over here, kind of like that. Okay, so as you can guess, this is the body, this is the head, right? So let's go over here, start off with the head. And you know what? In the beginning, this is going to look very kiddish and very, very basic, okay? But that is just the beginning layer. Stay on, and I'll show you how detailed you can actually make this, okay? Watch. Super easy. First, we start off with the eyebrows. One here, and another one behind it over there. Remember, this is the rough layer, so it doesn't matter if it looks a little messy or if it looks a little basic. Okay. Now the eye. The eye, let's do the number 6. The number 6, like that. Trust me, it's going to look very basic in the beginning, but it's going to look much, much better by the end of it. You won't believe that it's actually the same thing. Okay. Watch. This, the nose is going to be the letter E. Small E. There. Okay. Then the mouth will be just a kind of bendy line, bending up a little bit, then bending down a little bit, like that. Okay. So now we'll come back to this after a little while. Right now, the basic structure is ready. This is just the basic bit. Now let's get the head attached to the neck by doing a kind of S shape. So just like that, right? Same thing here from under the lower jaw, like that. Okay, let's now do the arms. Okay, so one arm will be here. Don't worry about these lines. We'll rub them later. That's not an issue right now. Let's just do the arms. One here, one there. Then the elbow and the forearm like that. I want to do some really massive, claws. So we just do one line down like that and a sharp claw. Okay, then one more line down like that and a sharp claw. And finally, one last line like that and another sharp claw. Okay, that's one arm done. Let's do the other arm over here in a slightly different position so it looks a little more interesting. I'll do one line like this, one line outward like that, and the elbow is behind this arm so we can't see it, but it just comes forward like this. Then at the wrist you can bend it down, bend it one more time down, just a little bit, and then a sharp claw. This is the finger, right? Then another sharp claw. Okay, and you can actually just close it from here itself and do the third claw just peeking out from behind like that. I want to make it look a little different, from the other hand. It shouldn't look like a copy paste kind of thing. Slight differences are always good. Okay, now what about the body? So the
So the
body,
dinosaur is becoming more scarier and scarier.
yeah, you watch and see. As it goes, it's going to get way, way more detailed and look really, really good. Now the body here is already done for us because the oval has done its job. So let's just follow the oval here. This is the belly area, and then we have the leg, right? Now the leg we need to make from here. This will be a little bit of an S shape, kind of like this. Okay, like a long stretched out S. This line goes back a little, then goes straight down. Okay, and let's stop there for a second. Let's get the back of the leg done. From here, it comes down like this. That's from the back of the oval, okay? By the way, back of the oval comes like this. And then that's the thigh. And we have the calf. And then we need to have a really pointy ankle, like this, right? So dinosaurs, they are the relatives of birds, and birds and dinosaurs all walk on their toes. They don't walk on their heels like we do. So these ankles are really high up, and then the toe, one toe will come downwards like this, very similar to how we did the hand. Toe, and then the claw, then one more toe, and then the claw. Okay, that's one leg. Now let's do the other leg. The other leg, again, I want to give it some difference, a slightly different position, so it doesn't look like just like we copied the whole thing from here and we did another one. A slight difference. We'll have it look like it's stepping up on something. So it starts from here near the arm, just a curvy line, and then this line comes like this. Okay, it comes outwards, and then we have one foot here, quite high up, another toe here, like this, going back, and then we have the ankle, and it just disappears behind the belly. Now, why is it so high? Because I want to make it look like it's stepping onto a rock. can put even one more toe right at the edge of the rock over there, like that. Like that. Okay. Body's almost done. Let's just do the tail now. The tail is super easy. From the top of the back, just do one straight line out. Okay. Then here for the belly, from the belly, you just notice where the belly line is. That's about here. Around the same level behind the thigh, do a line that goes up and out. I've lost paper space. I don't have any more space here, but just do the line out all the way to the end until the two lines meet. And it's okay if it doesn't also. After all, the most important part of the dinosaur is the head and body, right? Okay, now let's take a look at it, the whole thing once. So the structure is ready, right? But let's make it look good. Let's really make it look good. And that is with the finishing touches, the little details. That is the best part about drawing like this. You do it in parts. So first, I'm going to remove all these unnecessary lines from the oval. Here also. Right? Now it all looks like it's part of the same body. It doesn't look disjointed. Okay. Then even here at the head, right? We can't have that oval over there. So you cut off half of it there. Okay. And even that little bit over there, that little bit at the top of the head, right over here. Make sure that's also gone. Okay. All right. Everyone ready for the details? Let's start off with the details. It's going to totally transform this this dinosaur. Get one good look at what it looks like now, because it's not going to look anything like that now. First of all, first things first, the eye. We're going to change the eye by making it black over there. So now it has a proper eyeball. Okay. Second thing, make the nose dark, the nose hole, darken that up. Okay, everybody paying attention. This is the most important part. Okay, so really take a good look here. Now I want everyone. Okay, remember this. I want everyone to draw lightly. Do not draw dark. Do not put too much pressure with your pencil. Draw it nice and light from now onwards. Okay. So here we have a slight ridge over the skull over there. Slight ridge over here. Okay. Now using a very simple method of small curvy lines, I'm going to create a fantastic skin texture like this.
Sir, could you move your page a little up?
Like this?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Sure. Okay, so now I have these little ridges forming, right? Already looking much better. Right? Like that. I'll do another one from back there. Okay, now the same thing we're going to do at the lip. Okay, same exact thing. I'm going to make tiny curvy line ridges all across the lip so that it has that really cool reptilian kind of skin texture, like that.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Your screen is a bit blurred, sir.
Is it better now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yes, sir, it's perfect right now.
All right. So then I'm going to make some baggy eyes like this. Just doing a kind of ripple effect like this across the eye. I'll do one little line like that. I'll continue these lines till there. Now watch this, watch very carefully. I'm going to make a kind of design on the face like this by joining one of these lines here to some line over there. So it just goes back and forth, back and forth, kind of like a loop. And it just kind of creates this very simple skin texture. I hope everyone is drawing nice and lightly. Okay, the key is to draw lightly. Skin textures are not dark, they're actually quite light, but they're very intricate, and they have a lot of repeating patterny lines. See? Now, do you remember the drawing that we started off with? How basic that looked? And we've barely gone with this for barely just about 10 minutes, nothing more than that. Okay, let's keep going. I'm just making curvy lines, thin, light, curvy lines. Back and forth, kind of like a skin texture. Right? Curvy lines, because the body of this animal is not flat. It is very well rounded. So you just do back and forth lines like this. Okay, you can even change the size of the lines. You can make some big, some smaller, just so that it has some variation to it. And this is the animal's skin texture or skin pattern. And you see how it slowly starts to give a really nice three-dimensional look to the drawing, right? Make a little line like that for the you make a little line like that for the thigh. Okay, let's do a similar thing now for the hands and fingers. Okay, just curvy lines like this, kind of like if you see a bird's feet, right, or a bird's claws and feet, they have this kind of a texture. Just do back and forth lines, nothing else required. It's really very simple. So what are we doing here basically? We are fooling our own eyes into believing that something very flat looks rounded off, right? That it looks okay. So this is the full image, right?
So this needs a lots of practice and all, no, sir?
Of course, anything, if you want to do anything, very well, you will definitely have to do practice. But there are certain techniques and certain rules that if you just follow, it doesn't require that much of practice. You don't need to start from scratch. Like there are cheats to anything. Okay, so now let's do a little bit of shading. Okay, and then we'll finish it off. Okay, I'm just first of all making a little bit of that curvy texture here near the thigh, like that. Okay, and now coming towards the head, right? I don't want to do too much shading, just a little bit, because I'm already really liking how this is turning out. I don't want to change it too much. So near the head here, near this ridge, I will make a slight shade there, just to give the head a little bit of a contour. One over there, and near the eye, I'll give it a little bit of a darker ridge near the eye over there. So the eye also, has definitely more of an intense look. Don't worry about your design, the texture design, getting a little dulled out. It's not a problem. I'll just do a few teeth, some large, some small, different sizes basically. Like that. Maybe some hair-like structures, some spikes and stuff at the back of the head. Right? Some more near the spine over here. Right? You can even make a little bit of a ridge line over there near the back. It looks really good. Makes the animal look a lot more tough. Here also, a nice shoulder marking. Yeah. And it's tiny, tiny little things like this that can help in making your drawing look really a lot more impressive in a very short amount of time. You don't need to spend too much time on it if you just know a few simple methods, right? And how long have we been working on this? Basically 15-20 minutes maximum, right? But imagine if we put color. Imagine if we worked on all the skin textures, all of the minor details and all of that, right? Let me give you a rough idea of what that looks like. Okay, it'll look like this. This is the kind of stuff I teach. This is the kind of stuff I teach in my full course. Okay, with color, with skin textures, shading gradients, patterns, all of that. Okay, so let me tell you. First of all, cartooning is a very broad subject. It's a very broad term. A lot of people think cartooning just means cartoons. But that's not true. Cartoons are everything from your basic type of, pop art type of doodles and cartoons like that, all the way up to professional illustration. Okay. Now, next, what we're going to do is we're going to make this skull. Okay. I don't know if you guys have done skulls before, but this is what we're doing next. Okay, so I want you all to get get a fresh sheet of paper because we're going to do some crazy artwork now. We're properly warmed up. Okay, but I'm going to hand it over to Pratiksha for 2 minutes because I want you all to see everything that I'm teaching on my full course. Because this is just a workshop, it's going to end in the next 15 minutes, anyways. But the full course is a very, very comprehensive course which I'm teaching to